address the dignitaries on the dais. It is going to be a very, very historic occasion, very, very historic lecture. First time after 11 September 1893, after 130 years, again तेच वाक्य तेच शब्द विश्वदर्वी रिव्हियर्ड प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर विश्वनाथ कराड सरांच्या मुखातून आज आपल्याला ऐकायला मिळणार आहे. मी विनंती करतो नितीनजी जोशी, ट्रस्टी PMM, नितीनजी तुम्ही कृपया मंचावर यावं. Even I request and take this opportunity to invite Dr. Scott Harriot. Please come on to the dais. Dr. Scott, please come.
Oops, sorry.
Mr. Suresh Yangunathaji, wherever you are requested to kindly come up on the dais. What an occasion it is. First of all, thank you very much, all of you, for assembling here, joining here for this wonderful and a huge opportunity, huge program. All of us know that this is the same hall, the Fullerton Hall, and on 11th of September 1893, the great noble son of India, the man for the first time who introduced the whole world Indian tradition, our spirituality, our values. Till that time, India was only considered as, the country of snakes and charmers. Saap Saperu ka desh. Our traditions, our culture, they were miscalculated as in their blind faith. But for the first time, he dared, went to the United States of America in that Chicago World Parliament of Religions, and thundered. And those words, sisters and brothers of America, we all learned in our classrooms text. And so in the same hall again we are here, and what Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, we are so fortunate that a legend like him is amongst us, because the one word, that is union of science and religion of spirituality alone, will bring harmony and peace to mankind. The word uttered by Swami Vivekananda 130 years ago, he took it to the mind and the heart. Probably in the whole history, he is the person who thought so deep, so hard about that. We have heard at least 1,000 times the same words, and not only the words, but he actually embedded them in the practice. The Chancellor of the 5 universities, founder president of MIT, World Peace University, and so many other MIT group of institutions, and creation of the world's biggest dome. And he is putting those things that the scientific and the technological advancement has to be cooperated, has to be matched with the growth in the spiritual values. And that's what he has been doing. So I think for giving us this opportunity, let's give a huge round of applause to Reverend Professor. Thank you so much. So, thank you for all the dignitaries on the dais. There are many people who have contributed for this event. But as per the tradition of the MIT group of institutions, for the last 4 decades, we always begin our program with a prayer. We call them as a World Peace Prayer. Professor Dr. Karad sir took 2 years to design, to develop, to arrange those philosophical concepts, because this prayer is beyond religion, beyond caste, beyond creed. It is not for any particular race, religion. It is for the entire humanity, for creating a culture of peace in the world. So I request everyone to please stand on their places. Please stand on your places, and you can please hold your hands. Bring in front of your eyes. You can close your eyes. In front of your eyes, you can bring your image of your mother, your father, or the deity you revere to, and then participate. If you know this prayer, please participate. If you don't know this prayer, please immerse while listening. World Peace Prayer.
Yeah.
Shri Harish Kolaski sir, please come up on the stage. Please give a huge round of applause to Shri Harish. Thank you. Those who have listened to this prayer as an alumni must have regenerated their memories, what type of prayer, and very scintillating feelings. Before we move ahead, revered Professor Dr. Karad sir always believed that India or the ancient Eastern traditions has given two great gifts to the entire humanity. One is yoga and another is Om. So we have given these beautiful gifts to the entire global humanity. So let us participate for only 2 minutes in the wonderful recitation of A-U-M Om. Om, which is a primordial sound, transcends all the 3 states of consciousness. Syllable A represents the waking state of consciousness. Syllable U represents the dream state of consciousness, and A represents the sushupti or the deep sleep state of consciousness. And when we recite Om, after that Om, a small pause transcends all those 3 states, and in India we call it as a Turiya, the 4th. So for 2 minutes we will participate in the Om. So I request again everyone, please keep sitting. For 2 minutes, forget you are in Chicago, forget you are man or woman, forget everything, just be with yourself, close your eyes, and if you can, participate in the recitation of Om. Om card please. Audio. Second track. Experience the moment of deep silence within you. Okay, the music should stop. 10 seconds. Stillness. Thank you, thank you. Gently please open your eyes, rub your palms. And open your eyes. Thank you very much. Dear Professor Dr. Karad sir, such a journey of life which began at a very humble background and then went on to become the Professor of College of Engineering, Professor in College of Engineering Pune of Mechanical Engineering, and then went on to become an institution builder, and not a small institutions but wide semantic group of institutions, 4 universities, 5th in the row, and many mega creations he has made. So before we proceed, I will request the technical team to play a short film on the life and work of Professor Dr. Karad sir. Please have this way.
Dear friends, although
Please.
these people have taken birth
Volume
on
up.
planet Earth, most of them have come and gone without making any impact on the sands of time or on the society around them. Yet, there are very few people in the entire history of humanity whose life and work has had a lasting influence on mankind in general and their immediate society in particular. Such enlightened individuals have brought about positive changes in the society in more ways than one. Friends, today we introduce to you one such enlightened noble soul who had humble beginnings and modest upbringing. A bright and intellectually endowed human being who did not seek greatness, yet greatness found him, who did not ask for any recognition, yet he found recognition as the instrument for world peace and interfaith and inter-religious understanding. He is Vishwanath, Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad, an engineer, teacher, an academician, philosopher, visionary educationist, ardent advocate for world peace, and a great noble son of India, a devout Vaishnava who firmly believes in the profound teachings of the great Indian philosopher, saints like Saint Jnaneshwar, Saint Tukaram, and many others. A true nationalist with deep faith in Indian culture, philosophy, and time-tested traditions and universal values. A devout follower of the great noble son of India, Swami Vivekananda, and his assertion that union of science and religion or spirituality alone will bring peace and harmony to mankind. A pioneer of value-based universal education system for the holistic development of the global student community. A compassionate person, Professor Karad, moved by the plight of the millions of pilgrims who throng the temple town of Aranti near Pune, undertook the arduous task of environment protection and pollution control, purification of the holy waters of river Indrayani, and construction of long-lasting stone embankments on both banks of the river to facilitate the devotees. Journey of spirituality from Aranti, the abode of Saint Jnaneshwar, an embodiment of knowledge divine, to the origin of river Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge divine, at 12,000 feet in the Himalayas, the abode of gods, where a beautiful marble temple stands proud, conveying the message of universal brotherhood.
शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसार परमां
magnificent monuments dedicated to world peace and harmony, like Ram Rahim Bharata Setu, a bridge to unite different faiths and religions of India. Tathagat Gautam Buddha Vihar, 145 feet tall, Garud stone or flagstone, symbolizing the Vaishnavite Varkari devotional sect of India, and the climax of all, the world's largest peace dome in the name of philosopher saints Sri Gyaneshwar and Sri Tukaram, a congregation of the world's greatest saints, scientists and philosophers, a monument recognized as the world's first spiritually oriented scientific laboratory. In this monument resides Lord Ram, Gautam Buddha, Bhagwan Mahavir, Guru Nanak Dev and Moses. Showing the pathway of love and compassion is Lord Jesus, while the apostle of peace, Mahatma Gandhi, stands in the company of Rebel Joseph Smith. This is a true abode of the makers of world history. Universal brotherhood and interreligious and interfaith dialogue. Founder, president of 5 world-class universities, initiator of the unique World Peace Prayer that transcends all religious barriers and prays for the well-being of the entire mankind. A recipient of many prestigious honors by Universal Philosopher Scientists. Vishwashanti Vidya Ratna, Jewel of Bharat and many more. One man, million persons, devoted to the well-being of the entire humanity. He is Vishwadhari, Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad.
Video number 3 now, not 2, video number 3. Thank you.
My dear learned friends, I am the original creative element of this vast universe. I am knowledge divine. I have no beginning. I have no end. Dear friends, way back in the 13th century, the philosopher saint Sri Gyaneshwar from India said that the entire infinite universe is a manifestation of pure intelligence and consciousness, the ultimate reality, the ultimate truth, Almighty God, which operates in a cyclic form and which was assertively confirmed by latter-day scientists like Dr. Albert Einstein, Dr. Erwin Schrödinger, Dr. Roger Penrose and others. It is indeed fortunate that today I, knowledge divine, have evolved and manifested in the form of a monumental creation, the world's largest dome, dedicated to peace, harmony and humanity, which is truly a spiritually oriented scientific laboratory. The creator of this monument of miracle is the eminent visionary educationist from India, Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad. Friends, the world is witnessing mind-boggling scientific and industrial developments on the one hand, while on the other, there is total chaos, confusion, terrorism, bloodshed and massacre in the name of caste, creed, race, religion and trivial issues like boundaries of nations. My dear friends, it is a matter of great shame that today the entire world, be it the most powerful and developed nations poorest of the poor countries, are combating the devastating and horrifying coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic, which has created a horrifying situation with a deathly silence prevailing throughout the world, with the fear looming large that humanity may not even see the end of the 21st century. Today, the need of the hour is to promote a culture of peace through the appropriate understanding of the role of science and spirituality, with the scientific component being represented by the body and the brain, and the spiritual component being represented by the mind and the soul, together making for the universal scientific laws or principles Vishwatmak Tattva. My dear friends, it is therefore quite befitting that the world's largest dome, a symbol of knowledge divine and peace, be named after this great philosopher, Saint Shri Jnaneshwar. This dome, which has taken form near the city of Pune in India, has become a beacon of humanity, universal brotherhood, and peaceful coexistence. Friends, perhaps for the first time in known human history, stand 54 beautiful life-size bronze statues of some of the greatest saints, scientists, and philosophers in this largest dome dedicated to world peace. They are those who over the years have found recognition as the true makers of world history, and they have assembled here in this wonderful dome like a round table conference to discuss the future of this world. In this 263-foot tall dome of 160 feet diameter stands Lord Gautam Buddha, who performed a deep penance in the pursuit of knowledge divine and enlightenment. Standing tall in this dome is Lord Jesus Christ, whose message of love, peace and compassion guides humanity 2,000 years after his immortal sacrifice. Also present in this dome is Guru Nanak Dev, who preached that knowledge cannot be obtained by speech alone. It can only be obtained with the blessings of the Almighty. This imposing dome structure has the great philosopher Saint Tukaram Maharaj, Mahatma Kabir, Baba Bulle Shah, Adi Shankaracharya, and many more spiritually enlightened souls. It has path-breaking scientists like Dr. Albert Einstein, Sir Isaac Newton, Sir Michael Faraday, Dr. C.V. Raman, etc. Great philosophers like Aristotle, Plato, Kant, Hegel, Swami Vivekananda, and the revered messenger of world peace, Mahatma Gandhi. All these enlightened noble souls have just one message to convey. Only the pursuit of knowledge can lead humanity to an existence of happiness, peace, and contentment. My dear friends, this outstanding, magnificent domed structure is a true laboratory to bring about the harmony of science, spirituality, and philosophy, and conveys the eternal messages of the ancient Indian scriptures like Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world as one family, created in pure white marble. This beautiful structure is the product of the concept, planning and architecture of the great visionary, educationist, thinker and philosopher Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad, founder of the world-renowned MITES MIT Group of Educational Institutions, Pune, India. An ardent follower of the great noble son of India, Swami Vivekananda, and a profound devotee of two of the greatest philosopher saints, Shri Jnaneshwar and Tukaram, Dr. Vishwanath Karad has been instrumental in creating some of the most amazing monuments like the embankments on the river Indrayani at Anandi near Pune, the huge multimedia coliseum for mass literacy also at Anandi, the most unique bridge of humanity, Ram Rahim Manavta Setu, the stunning Gautam Buddha Vihar and Lord Ram Temple in his native village of Rameshwar Ruin in the Marathwada region of Maharashtra, the one-of-a-kind music academy in the world, Vishwa Shanti Sangeet Kala Academy, and many more. Friends, the beautiful statue of the goddess of knowledge divine, Goddess Saraswati, atop this beautiful dome is also conveying this very message that only the pursuit of knowledge can create a pathway to world peace. Friends, through this unique monument of miracle, philosopher Saint Shri Jnaneshwar World Peace Prayer Hall, World Peace Dome, I would like to appeal to all right-thinking people to realize the message of peace and harmony being delivered by this dome and contribute their minds in creating a peace-loving, holistic, global society.
Thank you, and a huge round of applause. Thank you so much. And may I request all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly again take the sitting position. Thank you. Now the program, I just want to make a mention that as per the MIT traditions, we'll have the felicitation of the guest on the dais, followed by a brief welcome address by our Pro-Vice Chancellor Dr. Milind Pandey, and then the program for which we have been waiting for, we will have the session, we will have the guidance, we will have the Ashirwad from Revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad. So, but first, may I request Pro-Vice Chancellor Dr. Milind Pandey sir, on behalf of Revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, we will felicitate first Shri Nitin Joshi, BMM Trustee. A huge round of applause to Shri Nitin Joshi. Next, may I request Pandey sir to kindly felicitate Shri Harish Koslani. Shri Harish Koslani ji is the President of India Hub House. A huge round of applause for Shri Harish Koslani ji. Thank you. Next, Shri Samir Bongali ji, who is the President of Chicago Marathi Mandal. Please welcome with a huge round of applause. Thank you. Next, we have Dr. Scott Elliott. He is the Provost at Maharishi International University. Please welcome Dr. Scott Elliott with a huge round of applause. Thank you. Next, we have Dr. Ulka Nagarkarji, who is a Trustee, Chicago Marathi Mandal. Please welcome Dr. Ulka Nagarkarji with a huge round of applause. And now we have Shri Suresh Jambunathanji. Mr. Suresh Jambunathanji, who is the owner of Energy and Water Development. Please put your hands together and give round of applause for Mr. Suresh Jambunathanji. Thank you, and now may I request our Pro-Vice Chancellor Milind Pandey sir to kindly propose the welcome address. Thank you.
A very good evening to every one of you. I will speak both English, Hindi or English Marathi. Many people ask me why this Fullerton Hall, what was the purpose. But we heard 11 सप्टेंबर 1893 ला याच हॉलमधनं स्वामी विवेकानंद पहिल्या वर्ल्ड पार्लमेंट ऑफ रिलीजन्स याच्यामध्ये बोलले होते. And it happened so way that in 2011 Dr. Karad got the invitation as a chief guest of the valedictory function for the BMM when Mr. Nitin Joshi was the president. And that time I remember he said कि विवेकानंद ज्या हॉलमधनं बोलले होते त्या तो मला बघायचा आहे, तिथे मला यायचं आहे. आणि मी केम हिअर, मी डॉक्टर कराड सर होते, आमचे संजीव पाटील होते. आणि आपला एक रोल मॉडेल, आपले एक दैवत ते इथे कसे आले असतील, कसे उभे राहिले असतील, त्यांनी कसं भाषण केलं असेल. सो ही गॉट टोटली एन्क्रॉस्ड अँड इमोशनल इनटू दोज ॲटमॉस्फिअर, दोज वेव्स, दोज वाईब्स. आणि तेव्हापासून अँड अगेन इट हॅपन 2015 मध्ये he got a special invitation to speak at again same World Parliament of Religion at Salt Lake City, Utah. आणि त्या उठामध्ये जेव्हा when he got invitation and when he spoke, आणि तेच शब्द परत my dear brothers and sisters of America, परत तोच टाळ्यांचा कडकडाट, तोच आणि 7,000 delegates, more than 7,000 delegates gave the standing ovation to Dr. Karad for his speech. As we say, the ardent follower of Swami Vivekananda, तीनच संत ज्ञानेश्वरा, दैवत, तुकाराम महाराज आणि स्वामी विवेकानंद. जगामधलं कुठलं पण विद्यापीठ नसेल की ज्या विद्यापीठामध्ये एंट्रीला ज्ञानेश्वर महाराजांचा 11 फुटाच्या वरती असलेला पुतळा आहे. ज्ञानाचे ईश्वर ज्ञानेश्वर आणि त्याच माऊलींचा अभ्यास. And I will speak both, as I said, I will speak English, I will speak Marathi also. But ये हृदयचे ते हृदय घातले, something has to be conveyed. First time in the known human history, my friends, we saw the world peace dome. Never before, first time. It happened. And he never claimed that I am the doer. He never said. He said, ये होता है भाई, ये हो गया है, ये माऊली की कृपा है, माऊली का प्रसाद है. Let me tell you, this is the world peace dome. There are more than 11 temples which he constructed. At his own town, in Rameshwar near Latur, he constructed a Ram Mandir. बहुत स्टोरी है, मैं उसमें नहीं जाऊंगा कि he will speak perhaps. एक दरगाह बनाया, राम रहीम मानवता सेतु, एक गौतम बुद्ध का मंदिर बनाया. So many things he constructed and beyond this also. हाँ, हम लोगों ने फिल्म भी देखी. But whenever some challenges came, like earthquake आ गया. नेपाल में earthquake आने के बाद he went to Kathmandu and constructed 125 houses in the name of Saint Nature. Donated completely. So many things I would like to tell you. The basic principle which is follows, as said, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahudha Vadanti, which is said. Then all religious scriptures, they are nothing but the life guiding scriptures, and he is the one who came up with the Bhagavad Gita, Prime Minister Modi mentioned in his speech at Japan, what the best gift I can give. And he said Bhagavad Gita. And then he printed 1,25,000 Bhagavad Gita copies and distributed across the all youths of the country. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam ki baat hoti, and he is 100% believer of India will become the Vishwaguru. And most important, the transforming pilgrimage centers of India into divine knowledge centers of India. The way he transformed Alandi, the way he transformed Telugu, the way he transforming Pandharpur. UNESCO chair, we saw already in the film. The transforming pilgrim centers in Alandi itself, on the both banks of the river, there is a 84-feet multimedia coliseum. इंद्रायणी नदी के इस घाट पे से प्रोजेक्शन है एंड मोर देन 10 lakh devotees. It's a project of the mass education, and he along with Dr. Mashekar and Dr. Bhatkar prepared. So very unique concept, transforming pilgrim centers into divine knowledge centers. I can go on and on and on, but this is the union of science and spirituality of the religion will alone bring peace and harmony to mankind. What Swami Vivekananda spoke from this, and today again मला असं वाटतं परत मराठीत बोलतो की 130 वर्षानंतर आज परत तोच आवाज, तीच जागा, याच जागेवर स्वामी विवेकानंद बोलले होते आणि आपण ऐकण्यासाठी आपण सगळेजण उत्सुक आहोत. डॉक्टर कराडांना हे सगळं कार्य बघितल्यानंतर एकच गोष्ट मला आठवते आणि मराठीमध्ये मी 2 ओळी सांगतो आणि आय इन्व्हाइट डॉक्टर कराड टू स्पीक फ्रॉम युअर स्वामी विवेकानंद. वी सॉ ऑल द फिल्म्स, वी सॉ द ग्रेट वर्क. कितीदा असं वाटतं की एका जन्मात एक माणूस एवढं काम करू शकतो. हे काहीतरी अद्भुत ईश्वरी कार्य आहे आणि एक अवतार कार्यासारखं असल्यासारखं गेल्या 83 वर्षाच्या आयुष्यामध्ये झपाटल्यासारखं हेच मिशन आहे. डुईंग द थिंग्स, गोईंग ऑन अँड ऑन अँड ऑन, कधीच नाही, फक्त काम काम काम. अराइज, अवेक अँड स्टॉप नॉट टिल द गोल इज रीच्ड, व्हॉट स्वामी विवेकानंद सेड. असं एक कवी म्हणतो आणि डॉक्टर कराडांना या ठिकाणी इन्व्हाइट करणार आहे की तुमच्या पुढे ठेंगणं वाटतंय म्हणून उंच व्हावं आकाशानं. तुमच्या पुढे ठेंगणं वाटतंय म्हणून उंच व्हावं आकाशानं, अपुऱ्या पडतात दाही दिशा म्हणून मोठं व्हावं नकाशानं. जेथे अस्त होतो इतरांचा तेथेच तुमचा उगम होतो. तुम्ही जिथे उभे तिथेच विज्ञान आणि अध्यात्माचा संगम होतो. तुमची महती वर्णो कशी तेवढे समर्पक वाक्य नाही. तुमची महती वर्णो कशी तेवढे समर्पक वाक्य नाही, कारण सूर्याची किरणं मोजणं आम्हाला तरी शक्य नाही, आम्हाला तरी शक्य नाही. एका काळाच्या तीच जागा आणि स्वामी विवेकानंदांचे आर्डंट फॉलोअर ऑफ स्वामी विवेकानंद. In a big round of applause, please welcome Dr. Vishwanath Dikrat to guide us from the same place.
Please put your hands together for a huge round of applause for UNESCO Chair for Human Rights, Democracy and Peace, and Honorable President of MIT World Peace University. Huge round of applause for this address.
My learned friends, sitting in the dais, the scholarly men committed for the noble cause of well-being of mankind, and all the learned friends sitting in the audience, I can see with hope and expectation and with some purpose, not for any personal reasons, but for the commitment and possibly to take a pledge, at least hereafter in our lifetime, whatever group of people have come together in this most historic, pious place and hall, where from one of the greatest noble sons of India, Swami Vivekananda spoke the words of wisdom and gave a unique message to the entire world at that time regarding using the very words which conveyed the most important sentence to the whole world community. Also gave a message of the definition of religion, and especially being from India, about Hinduism itself. But while giving the message of Hinduism, he never forgot all the religions of the whole world, and again spoke and conveyed the message of what Mother India stands for too. Friends, you know it very well. I am not worthy of claiming whether I deserve to stand at this place. And when possibly through Milind Pandey and Patre and my other colleagues and the friends sitting here, it has become possible, I don't know, today is 21st of April 2024. A very small group of people. Why and what for we are sitting here in this hall? Why we have come here? What is the purpose behind? And what is the future mission? And the march we would like to take. Forgetting the caste, creed, religion and bodies of nations too. I was thinking when I came here in this hall last time, I had experienced coming, observing, understanding, and then experiencing. It's a fourth stage where every one of us, you are all very learned scholars and thinkers and philosophers who have contributed something very good in the name of your mother, father, and the deities that you believe in. What caste, what religion, what place, what nation we are coming from, possibly we might have met here and discussed something about it. Let me tell you, friends, when I was landing at the Chicago airport, and I have been observing for 5-10 minutes when the flight was taking around land down. I was feeling what must have been the situation 130 years back. पता नहीं ये मैडनेस है या पागलपन है। अरे मजा करो भाई, देखो चारों तरफ। और क्या को आए हो यहाँ पे? क्या मकसद है? क्या वजह है? शायद आपसे मिलना था। My friend Suresh, I think there are many students from MIT and COEP, and being a student of COEP itself and being I never wanted to be an engineer, friends, remember. I think something was told in the film too. But I became an engineer, then started being a teacher for 20 long years, trying to teach thermodynamics and ice engines, understood the very equation E equal to mc square given by Dr. Albert Einstein, and being a Vaishnavite and a devotee of Sant Dhaneshwar, Sant Tukaram and Sri Ram, Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram. वर्डिंग है, बड़ी लंबी कहानी है ये भी। उसका पूजन और संत ज्ञानेश्वर का पूजन, ज्ञान की पूजा यही ईश्वर पूजा है, सद्गुणों की पूजा यही ईश्वर की पूजा है। किसकी पूजा होती है भाई? हर धर्म की बात ये, इस्लाम से लेके क्रिश्चियनिटी से लेके ज़ोरास्ट्रियन, जैनिज्म, बुद्धिज्म, you take any name, and the very definition was uttered from this very stage in this Fullerton hall by one of the worthy sons of India, the noblest son of India, and who gave the very essence and philosophy behind this word religion itself. When he said, friends, remember, religion is nothing but to perform your duty, the duty towards your mother, father, the family, the society, the nation and the entire world. World as one family. Vasudeva Kutumbakam. It's a Vedic philosophy, Vedic text. Ved and Upanishad, which were otherwise considered to be books of religion. It has been very, very clearly given in a most scientific, logical and philosophical way. Even philosophy itself is not a play of words. It speaks the scientific truths, the universal truths. When I utter these words, I don't claim that I am the master to understand the real deep meaning of these words. But one thing is certain, being an engineer, I have realized, at least at the age of 83, and understood the essence and philosophy behind. That's why today I have come to really request you, and possibly the message, not through Professor Vishwanath Karad, but through you people all, if we pledge, and if we feel that it's a more transparent mission of championing the cause of Mother India, a very pious place on the earth. But if you forget all the differences, and your thinking possibly may be having some differences in opinion, understanding, but I really feel like Milind Pandey, thank you so much, and Joshi and everybody, and thank you, Scott Harriet. You came all the way from this place and joining this very mission, which has been his life mission also.
Scott Harriet.
What I am saying is that possibly I felt that while landing, I was thinking of that time. I asked my friend Mr. Joshi too, can you tell me what must have been the situation that time, 130 years back? How I was reading that small booklet of the Swami Vivekananda, which made the change in my lifetime and life mission. I went to purchase a book of surveying and mathematics by J.N. Vartikar. That time I was hardly 16 years old, had only 15 rupees in my pocket, and I went to Utkarsh Book Depot of Upper Chowk, Pune, and asked for the book of mathematics and surveying. The person was very busy, he was drawing so many books. He said, boy, I don't know whether I have a copy, so wait for some time. But he just took some small booklet like this, with 4 annas. Only that was the price. And he said, go through by the time I look for the book. And I read those sentences. And the very sentence which was written from this very stage, maybe that time, how was this all, I don't know. But the great noble son of India came here, how he came, what way he came, I read the whole story, and you know it. And when he said the very first sentence, my dear sisters and brothers of America, you know it everything. This one sentence made a difference, and the entire audience of 4,000-5,000 people, along with the men on the dais and the chairman, who had organized that time the first World Parliament of Religions. First World Parliament of Religion, to understand the essence and philosophy of what religion stands for. And you know how and what way the cheering went on, the clapping went on, and the entire world was conveyed with the most appropriate message. अध्यात्म और विज्ञान की बात है, अभी भी ये जो डोम बना, it is also being said now. I am not the doer, let me tell you friends again, Milind Pandey was telling you my contribution, but I am a very mad architect without qualification. Design, drawing, planning, drawings. There is nobody to do it. But I have been that mad person who can see this visualization comes. And this sentence made a change. I become an engineer, I become professor, teacher, and now I'm standing before you. What for? क्या मांगना है भाई? क्या लेना देना है? शायद यहाँ जो साइलेंस अनुभूति की अभिनीत पात्रे के टाइम I could experience what is silence, deep silence. And this is the greatest gift. I'm not speaking as an Indian, as a human being, I'm speaking as a representative of the humankind. But India has a duty to perform. And what is the duty? विश्व गुरु बनने की बात होती है, पर यह शब्द यही कहे भाई स्वामी विवेकानंद के मुख से that time in the year 1893, on the very day when he makes a prophecy, भविष्यवाणी है भाई, when Vivekananda had said that time that my mother India, गर्व नहीं स्वाभिमान, फर्क है, ईगो एंड सेल्फिश मोटिव बहुत खराबी है। दुनिया में कोई राजा हो, महाराजा हो, कोई व्यक्ति हो, अमीर हो, बड़ा विद्वान भी हो, तो गर्व हो जाता है, स्वार्थ हो जाता है तो तकलीफ होती है। ये सिद्धांत है। इट क्रिएट्स अ डिसऑर्डर। इंजीनियरिंग पीपल कैन अंडरस्टैंड डिसऑर्डर मीन्स मेजर ऑफ एंट्रोपी। क्या होता है भैया? लेकिन विनाश की भाषा है। बनता नहीं, बनाने के लिए यू हैव टू कंट्रीब्यूट समथिंग एंड डू समथिंग, वर्क फॉर समथिंग। सो दिस वेरी गिफ्ट ऑफ योगा मेडिटेशन which I did experience here right in this hall just now, and I felt भाई ये उसका पूजन है, ये ज्ञान का पूजा है, विद्वत्ता की पूजा है। विद्वान में और ज्ञानी में फर्क क्या है ये भी सोचता हूँ मैं। काशी बनारस में जहाँ हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब ने जो वो कॉरिडोर बनाया, काशी विश्वनाथ कॉरिडोर, लास्ट ईयर आई हैड द फॉर्चून ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजिंग the 9th World Parliament in काशी बनारस। उसी कॉरिडोर में जहाँ ये सारा बना तो उसको हमने, ये कॉरिडोर नहीं, काशी विश्वनाथ, मेरा नाम विश्वनाथ है, भाग्य से वो कॉरिडोर को ज्ञान काशी विश्वनाथ नॉलेज कॉरिडोर बनाया और वो संदेश था। बिल्डिंग संदेश नहीं होती है। मैंने बड़ा डोक बनाया, ये मैं तो बोला कि मैं नहीं बनाने वाला, इट्स यू ऑल हो गया। ये ज्ञानेश्वर माउली की कृपा है, मेरी बहन प्रयागका की कृपा है, मैं बोलता हूँ माँ बाप की कृपा है, आप जैसे लोगों का सहयोग है और आशीर्वाद भी है पूरे लोगों का। यही भाषा है अपने भारतीय हिंदुस्तान की भूमि से। लंबी बात हो सकती है इस पर, लेकिन मुझे ऐसे लगा कि if what is our real prayer, why we have come here? I said to you when the plane was hovering around this airport, मैं वही सोच रहा था। ऐसे हुआ था लंदन में, when for the first time in my life I visited London, landing at Heathrow, I felt that the land of the country, the Britain, the Great Britain, which ruled especially India for 150 years, what must be the people behind? How did this small country can rule half the world? And in the same thinking process, I had landed at the Heathrow airport with some suspicion and some apprehension. But I had the fortune of visiting Oxford and Cambridge. Then I visited Imperial College of London near the Natural History Museum, and while I was discussing with the dean, we had asked him for a cup of tea whether it is possible. So he said I have to prepare myself. See the difference of India and Great Britain. What I am telling you, I was discussing, so I said, what a great country, Great Britain, which rule half the world. He said, Professor, correct yourself. Correct yourself. It was not Great Britain which ruled the world, it was Oxford and Cambridge which ruled the world. ये जिम्मेवारी है मेरी एजुकेशन में है ना आप. If I am in the field of education and training, which education, what type of education has been the main mission? And he really opened my eyes. I felt we had a Nalanda University sometime, Takshashila, Nalanda, नाम लिया जाता था. लेकिन what is the mechanism? Now this whole world peace mission which I have come here, घर में भी मन में भी शांति नहीं होती भाई. It's difficult. You may be the richest of the rich, with a 5-star bungalow, 5-star car, 5-star bedroom, 5-star institution, college, but whether you have really a peace of mind is the main question. You ask yourself. I have seen the greatest, the richest of the rich people, even of the great prime ministers and presidents and everybody, but there is no peace in the house. प्रॉब्लम्स है, बड़ी लंबी कहानी है. कोरोना की बात हुई अभी, तो whether an our attempt, the small attempt of some group like this, can we make a total change? दुनिया मुझे पूछती है कि किराड़ साहब आप वर्ल्ड पीस की बात करते हो, विश्व शांति की बात होती है, आपके मन में शांति है? जवाब आता है रियली नहीं. तो आप दुनिया में शांति कैसे देंगे भाई? आपके मन में या आपके अगल बगल में शांति नहीं है तो ये कैसे पॉसिबल हो सकता है? ये मेरा फर्ज है भाई, प्रयास करना, उसकी दिशा में काम करना. एंड कैन आई मेक सम लिटिल कंट्रीब्यूशन फॉर द वेल बीइंग ऑफ द मैनकाइंड, गोइंग बियॉन्ड एनी कास्ट, क्रीड, रिलीजन, बॉडीज ऑफ नेशंस. दिस हैज बीन द मेन मिशन. And possibly we have met here today. I think, I hope you will understand the passion and the fire in my belly and the belly of my all people. And the people who have come here, they have a fire and passion in their belly, I know. You have been already contributing something, but this is a very different cause which Mother India has to contribute. Swami Vivekananda from very platform had said that time, that 21st century will be the century of India, my Bharat, my India, my mother India, Hindustan. Is his sentence. And then he says again, remember that in the 21st, 22nd century, my mother India will become free from the clutches of the British and give and show the pathway of harmony and peace to mankind. सुख, समाधान आणि शांतीचा मार्ग दाखवण्याचं दायित्व भारत देशाकडे असतं. गर्वाने नाही बोलले, स्वाभिमानाने बोलले. स्वधर्म करणं, स्वाभिमान असं जागा असणं याला फार महत्त्व आहे. आणि ती ड्युटी या महिन्यात होईल, या वर्षात होईल अशा प्रकारची भाषा आणि त्याचं दर्शन घेण्याकरता तुमची भेट व्हावी म्हणून किंवा आता मी जे पाहतोय आणि जो एक्सपिरियन्स मगाशी केला त्या मार्गाने आपण जायचा प्रयत्न केला तर हिंदुस्थानला सध्याची अवस्था आता मगाशी जी बोलली ते उच्चारण करतो बिंग अन इंजिनियर मला राहत नाही. समजा मला अजून आठवतं की मी त्या दिवशी काही आर्टिकल लिहित होतो आणि अचानक ऑन द TV न्यूज केम अँड आवर ऑनरेबल प्राईम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी इज एड्रेसिंग. आणि ते म्हणतात, मेरे भाई और बहनों, हिंदुस्तान के 140 करोड़ भाइयों को मैं प्रणाम करता हूँ, लेकिन ध्यान में रखो बड़ी महामारी आने वाली है. दरवाजे बंद करके अंदर बैठो. क्लोज द डोर्स एंड सिट बिहाइंड द डोर्स. फॉर 2 long years the entire world, including America, Russia, China, Germany, that want liberty, history, I know it was the natural made one or the man-made virus, we don't know. But the most important part is, remember, that time the entire world realized the invisible, realized that ultimate, realized that what is called as God or that invisible force. पहली बार माँ बाप की याद आई माँ की याद आई और ईश्वर कोई चीज है, some invisible force or energy which prevails and binds the entire universe together. And every particle, the smallest of the smallest of the small particle, which are the same mechanism, the body, the brain, the soul, the spirit, and the mind. And then the question comes, what is the chemistry of mind? What is the chemistry of mind? What is the nature of the soul? आत्मा अविनाशी है, मन चंचल है भाई. Very simple thing. And as engineers, as men of science, and otherwise too, we realize now, and this is the time when many of the Indian great scientists like Dr. Bhatkar, Mashalkar, Schrodinger, Einstein, who is no more, but while going away, what they have said, do you know? At least it's a message for me and my colleagues. Educationists, chancellors, vice chancellors, professors, teachers, men of science, and even men of spirituality. They have given a message that all the universities and colleges and research laboratories, they should hereafter start the schools of consciousness and reality. We have MIT School of Consciousness and Reality established, and world over the MIT boasts all this, Oxford and Cambridge, all these institutions world over from Japan, China, everyone has started thinking on the establishment of the School of Consciousness and Reality. Chaitanya Shakti, Chaitanya Swarup is a simple word, cosmic dance, another word. And friends, remember there is a change in the very basic education system which MIT as it stands and speaks through the laboratory, which is called as the spiritually oriented scientific laboratory. It's not a big building that is important. और पैसे वाले होते तो और इसे बड़ा बन सकता था. But bigger than St. Peter dome, this dome is built, but it's not the biggest dome. It's the biggest message. The message of understanding the role of science and role of spirituality. And when it is said now, it's a spiritually oriented scientific laboratory hai, which can really make some possible solution for the peace of mind and peace in the family and the community and the total society and the globe. Yesterday in the Oxford University when we had the meeting, this was the conclusion which was drawn. And only very learned people came together. And there is no reason why I should go to Oxford and teach them. But it happened. While on the way, and the vision has been to establish a global education managing council. Is it possible? It is possible. If we really join hands together, understand each other. If there is any selfish motive within me or my institution, it will not happen. But this is the philosophy of what India stands for. The India has always been giving some very unique message, and hence it has been said that all the religious scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, the Bible, the Quran, Guru Granth Sahib, you take the name, the Jainism, Buddhism, every religion has a scripture. All the religious scriptures are nothing but life-guiding scriptures. They are not for sell people or something of that type. But ये जो guiding है, सुख, समाधान, शांति का मार्ग दिखाने वाला ग्रंथ उसको धार्मिक ग्रंथ कहा जाता है. धर्म है ना वो? क्या धर्म है भाई? धर्म की भाषा क्या है? But fortunately, friends, we had been at least shown. When I had the first fortune of organizing the first World Philosophers Meet in the year 1996, 700th anniversary of Sanjeevan Samadhi of Dhaneshwara. That time, this decision was taken, and we had the first volume under the guidance of great philosophers, Professor of India, Dr. Surendra Parlinge sir. That time, the first decision was taken on these lines. And certainly, that Parliament of Science, Religion and Philosophy. And for the first time, the men of science, men of religion, of spirituality, and men of philosophy came on one common platform. Prior to that, these three categories of people never came together. Everybody abused each other, criticized each other. But now all of them are joining hands together, and that time only it was decided the understanding of the same subject of the value-based universal education system, which was yesterday discussed at Oxford University. And after this discussion, you may say also, I have said in this mission, that you may say, how can you think of a universal? Every country has a different geography, different philosophy, different culture, different history, but the time-tested values are common. The life values or the time-tested human values are common. No difference at all. It can never be. And hence it is said the law of nature is the ultimate. It is the ultimate truth. The universal consciousness, all these words we have used. And this essence and philosophy, we learned people like us have to promote. I don't know how many years it will take, whether it will really happen or not, but what is your duty and my duty is the main question. And in the name of the great noble son of India, Swami Vivekananda, I'd like to once again go down and touch this very place where from we are trying to take a pledge to contribute a little, forgetting the differences, forgetting all other concepts and ideas of each and every one. But I can only assure you, friends, that you will have the highest satisfaction, the pleasure and the joy and satisfaction in our lifetime. That's my personal feeling. I again thank all the great friends sitting on the stage. Because of you only we could come here. Milind Pandey, Patre and Patan and everybody, when they have come. But it is your affection and love which has given us the strength, which has given us the courage to take a step forward in the same mission. Thank you so much. I am grateful to you.
Standing ovation to Dr. Fullerton. Thank you. Please take your seats. Thank you. I'm sure that many of you might have questions, real questions in your mind, maybe related to your own situation, maybe related to the prevailing situation in the society. So we'll have a brief question and answer session. If you have something to ask, some question in your mind related to education, family, society, you can ask your question and Revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, with his wisdom, will answer. So may I request Mahesh Thorvas to... Yeah. So if anyone has a question, yeah. So both the things are. But basically maybe one or two questions and then probably a few comments also somehow. So anyone has a question? First one? Question related to what he has said about, or any comment also, as he said that if someone wants to make a very brief, quick comment.
Namaskar, Karad sir, and welcome to Chicago. It's really a pleasure to have you here, spreading the message of world peace, and more importantly, I think it is the integration that what you're trying to achieve between science, religion, philosophy. And it is true, locally here, I've been in Chicago for almost 26, 27 years. And we have also started a very similar mission. It just gives me more pleasure to see that there are things we can do together also. It is called Shri Upasana, spiritual religious integration. And there is something definitely I think we can do. The fact that you chose this very place signifies how dedicated and committed the mission is. And I do feel like it's more of a comment than a question. That we all are committed to your mission. And we can say that because though we live here, and many of us have lived here for so long, we have an intrinsic commitment to our own very mother India. And we see that what can we do to make it even better. So just having seen the movie, having seen your mission, I do see that we can always bring that additional help and volunteering that you would need to progress this mission further. Thank you so much.
So just keep the mic with you. If someone is there, you can. Anyone who wants to make a question or a quick comment? Yes, for TV. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Karad. During your presentation, I was thinking of the most important ideas, 3-4 important ideas that you have presented to this audience, beginning with Swami Vivekananda saying that it is only through the union of science and spirituality that peace and harmony will be brought to mankind. Such a deep and important idea. And then that we hear about Sri Yaneshwara, the 13th century saint, who said that the whole manifest universe is nothing but pure intelligence, pure consciousness. To that, we add one idea, which is the work of the past 30 years in modern physics, which has discovered the unified field of all the laws of nature. The fulfillment of Einstein's dream. Einstein tried to unify the theory of electromagnetism, of light, and the theory of gravity. But he wasn't following the right technique. It came in the 1960s, Glashow and Weinberg at Harvard, developing a mathematical formulation of how the weak force and the electromagnetic force could be unified at very fine time and distance scales. 10 to the minus 16 centimeters. Then in the 1970s, bringing in the strong nuclear force along with electroweak at 10 to the minus 30 centimeters. And finally in 1985, the formulation of the unified field theories that showed how all the forces of nature, gravity, strong force, weak force, electromagnetism, are found unified, a single unified field at the finest time and distance scales, 10 to the minus 33 centimeters, transcendental to all of the manifest expressions of nature. And in that, my colleague, my dear colleague, the president of Maharishi International University, Dr. John Hagelin, was one of the physicists working on the third stage, grand unification. And he, together with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, began to understand how this unified field of all the laws of nature is nothing but the pure consciousness, exactly as Sri Yaneshwara had said in the 13th century. The fundamental theorem of Vedic science is pure consciousness is the unified field. That is it. Pure consciousness is and how we make that into a reality. This is what the Vedic knowledge further gives. The knowledge of yoga, which Dr. Karad spoke to us about. What does the Bhagavad Gita say? What does the Yoga Sutras say? They point to consciousness as transcendental to experience. And the way to experience that is to transcend the field of diversity. So, that brings together the key themes that Dr. Karad has been sharing with us and shows us the path that India has to the duty of India to bring out this Vedic knowledge integrated with modern science that can solve the problems of mankind. Thank you very much.
So may I now request Shri Nitin Joshi ji, who is a trustee of BML, to kindly address very briefly the gathering. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be sitting with Dr. Karate because he's one of the very few people that I have been admiring for many, many years. Some of you know probably we invited him to speak in Chicago when we had the BMM convention in 2011. I visited him at MIT and something went in. I said, this place is different than many institutions I've attended in my life. I don't know what it is, I couldn't express it. And then as I was thinking about it, I've been following his work, and to be honest with you, he is a selfless entrepreneur. I know that selfless and entrepreneur are contradicting terms, but that is the only reason I admire him, and many of his followers admire him, because everything that he has been doing is totally selfless. And that is the quality very few human beings possess, and Dr. Karad is one of them. I remember in that sense, he's a modern saint. I'll tell you why. Just a little story of one of the saints, Rahim. He used to donate everything. So he used to sit outside his house every day, and anybody who came, he gave him something. But while giving, he was looking down. So people started wondering, why is he looking down? So people went to another saint, Goswami, and so he sent him a couplet. Goswami Tulsidas. Say, and I'll say it in Hindi and then I'll translate it for you. Say, ऐसी देवी दीनजू किते सीखे हो सै जो जो करो मुझो करियो त्यों त्यों नीचे न. So where did you learn this thing from? Where is it coming from that you are giving something to people but you are looking down as if you are ashamed of it? What is this? So Rahim knew that Tulsidas knew exactly what was happening. But then he wrote back to Goswami Tulsidas. He said, "Denhar koi aur hai, bhejet jo din rahe, log bharma hambar kare, tasu niche nahe." The meaning is that it's not me, it's somebody else is giving it to me just to give it to you. But people are misunderstanding and they are thinking that I'm giving it. I don't want to have any of this ego in my mind. That's why I'm ashamed that people should not misunderstand. And that's exactly what Dr. Karad is. It's amazing. I was not even, thinking of being invited here and being allowed to speak to you guys. But very, very happy. There are very few people in the world, those who deserve to be in this place. And Dr. Karad is one of them. Because he has not just learned the philosophy of Swami Vivekananda Santa Dhaneshwar, he has spread it around to millions of people. And that is what matters the most in today's day and age, when we see violence, war, and whatnot. To have this together with science is the only way, as he says. And he's preaching that to everybody, and there are so many students, so many people all over the world following that. I think with everybody's good wishes, his dream shall come true. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Moving ahead, may I now request to express very briefly Dr. Ulka Nagarkar. She is a trustee, Chicago Marathi Mandal. Dr. Ulka. Marathi.
Actually, my husband is missing this event. He told me that you prepare for something, some speech. And I was like, why I have to prepare for the speech? Because Dr. Karad is going to give the speech and we are all going to listen to that. But now here I am again in front of podium. And actually, to this whole journey, of Chicago visit, I got connected to Dr. Karad and his team last Sunday through Anupama Bhatt. And this whole week we were preparing for this today's event and tomorrow's events. And I just kept thinking in my mind, like, why on earth I'm not a MIT alumni, I'm not an engineer, and I have never talked to Dr. Karad or any of you. And then why on earth I got connected to them, and I was working day and night to make this event successful. And then my friends, they just jumped in, and I kept thinking, but after watching that video, I realized why I got connected with Dr. Karad and the whole team, because they are spreading the message of world peace. And if I can, I mean, my friends can vouch for it. In 2021, during pandemic, when I was president of Maharashtra Mandal, we all started lot of different kattas, Marathi katta. Like that, we started online katta. One of them was Adhyatmapit, where we study Sant Jnaneshwar and Sant Tukaram and their literature. Then we founded Itihas Mancha, where we learn about the world history. And actually all those kattas are still running smoothly for last 4 years. And then my friend was like, you are not that spiritual. Yeah, I said, yes, I'm not spiritual. People do puja, I eat prasad. That's my contribution all the time. But then I'm like, okay, I need to believe in destiny. Maybe some in my past birth, I owed something to Dr. Karad and his team. And that's what I'm doing this whole week. And now I'm happy to be part of this whole venture. And I'm really fortunate that because of your team, I got a chance to visit Fullerton Hall, where Swami Vivekananda, he was here, he gave the speech, and I can witness that from the stage because of all of you. So I'm really thankful for this, and I'm happy that I'm part of this journey of Dr. Karad's world peace, the thing he has started, I'm part of it, and I'm really proud of it. This is really prestigious event. I wish more people could have attended this, but that's okay. Next time they will be here in hundreds of numbers. So we assure you for that, and thank you for being torchbearer of this world peace venture. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Before we invite our next speaker briefly, friends, when we lose our ego and when we become pure consciousness, when we become a pious soul, it is not that we work, it is the divinity, we allow that to work through us. The same thing happens with Revered Professor Karad sir. He is such a pious, a very innocent soul, and therefore every morning around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, some divine message comes to him. He sees the audience coming through him. He sees that something suggestive, something immediately comes implosion. It's not explosion, it is implosion of something which the divinity wants him to manifest. And that's what the dome and all the other creations, including, for example, the idea of conducting the Universal Value-Based Conference in the Oxford prior to 2 days back, all these things, and then many more such things, they have just taken birth through him, and it is not that he consciously decided to do it, it is that some power within him, was telling him that yes, this is the way the universe, this is the way the humanity has to be led in this way. So I'm so thankful. Yes. So that's what's happening. Just one thing, Dr. Karad sir said that he was told that it is the Oxford and the Harvard that rule the world, because the students were told that you are born to rule the world. See the difference between traditions. In India, our students are told that the ultimate aim of human life is to know the ultimate truth, the ultimate reality, to know thyself. So see the culture. We are not born to rule the world. We are born to know the ultimate truth, the ultimate reality. So that's the difference. So thank you so much. And now I will invite Dr. Suresh Jambunathan ji. Probably आज हम दोपहर में यहाँ पर इनका अलग ही रोल देख रहे थे. He was just aspiring because the whole thing is such a, this guiding force behind conducting this program, and revered Professor Karan sir loves him so much. So please welcome Suresh Jambunathan ji with the honor of energy and water. He will also express expression of gratitude on behalf of his team, which is instrumental in getting this event successful. Please.
Thank you. So first of all, you elevated me and not a doctor, just regular Suresh. So I didn't get a PhD. Really very happy to be here, and I'm a proud alumnus of MIT Pune from 1994. Yeah. I'm a 1994 graduate, passed out, like we used to say back then, of MIT, petrochemical engineering. And one of the things I really learned is, the best knowledge is good health. I truly mean that. Earlier today, when we were having snacks, just really chatting with people, I was just keeping count. 3 of the 4 people, 35% of people I spoke to said I have diabetes. And deep down I felt really sad about it because, a person who's in good health wants 1,000 things. A person who's unhealthy wants only one thing. So, religion, spirituality, all of that is predicated on maintaining one's health. And I learned the importance of that at MIT because, I feel I'm in good health, physically and mentally. I got that because at MIT I used to run every evening, in the mornings and the evenings. And that could be very sharp. We had exams and I would run for an hour in the evening, maybe half an hour in the morning, take the exams, and the mind was crystal clear. Close my eyes, literally I could read, and I could literally close my eyes and see things in my mind's eye. And that's helped me a lot all my life. And I credit that a lot to Professor Karan, because he emphasized what Swami Vivekananda used to say, you will learn the Bhagavad Gita better when you run after a football. So you look at it at a very high level, what does it mean? Good health is the foundation of everything. In the Tirukural, I'm in South India, my mother tongue is Tamil, but I speak Hindi much better than my own mother tongue. There's a very beautiful proverb that when translated from Tamil into English goes something like this. Knowledge is a jewel in prosperity and a refuge in adversity. Again, I'll repeat that. Knowledge is a jewel in prosperity and a refuge in adversity. And all of us here, we've gone through ups and downs. The people in the back, they're young students, so they may not necessarily know what I'm talking about, but those of us who are a few years on our calendar, we know very well that ups and downs happen. Good health and knowledge really, really helps. So I'll just leave it with that. Thank you. I also wanted to take a second to thank everybody here who helped make this happen. In no particular order, if I've missed any names, apologize. First, Dr. Hulka. She was really a very, very guiding force in making this. Dr. Hulka, thank you very much. Manoj. He's not here. Okay. And then Nilesh. He's not here. Alright. So we'll send him a thank you remotely. So thank you so much for making this happen because it's always a group effort, and oftentimes we forget that like the iceberg, 90% is below water, 10% above. We see the 10% above, and forget the 90% below. Thank you very much everybody for helping make this happen.
Kindly take your seats. Very, very briefly, in the next 10 minutes, 2-3 people will be speaking for 2 minutes each, and some people from the audience as well. So may I now request, we have got the former Vice Chancellor of Nagpur University, Dr. S. Pathan sir. So will request him. Please give a huge round of applause to Pradhan sir. Please express in 2 minutes your expression of gratitude to Revered Karad sir for this wonderful event.
मित्रो, मी स्वतःला अत्यंत भाग्यवान समजतो की ज्या ठिकाणी स्वामी विवेकानंदांनी जगाला उद्देशून जेव्हा जगामध्ये माझा धर्म खरा आणि इतरांचा खोटा अशा पद्धतीचं वातावरण होतं, तेव्हा स्वामीजींनी माझ्या बंधू आणि भगिनींनो अशा पद्धतीने भारताला हा जो जगाला जो बंधुत्वाचा आणि शांतीचा संदेश दिला, त्या ठिकाणी मला माननीय कराड साहेबांच्या पुढे येण्याची संधी मिळाली. मित्र, स्वामीजी असं म्हणाले होते की भारत पुन्हा उठेल, पण तो जडत्वाने नाही, चैतन्याने. आणि त्यासाठी एकत्र या, कलह नको, मैत्री करा आणि भारताला आपल्याला पुन्हा विश्वगुरू करायचं आहे. गिव्ह मी फ्यू मेन अँड आय विल चेंज द फेस ऑफ मदर इंडिया. मित्र, मान्य कराड साहेबांनी स्वामी विवेकानंदांच्या स्वप्नातील विद्यापीठ WPU वर्ल्ड पीस युनिव्हर्सिटी त्या ठिकाणी स्थापन केले आणि आज प्रत्येक वर्षी 15,000 विद्यार्थी त्या ठिकाणी पदव्या घेऊन आज जगामध्ये जात आहेत आणि ते भारत मातेचा चेहरा निश्चित बदलतील आणि हे जग आणि भारत हा जगामध्ये विश्वगुरू होईल याशिवाय राहणार नाही अशी मला पूर्ण खात्री आहे. म्हणून मी मान्य कराड साहेबांच्यावर त्यांनी जे कार्य केलं आतापर्यंत त्याच्यावर एक पुस्तक लिहिलं आहे, विश्वात्मक भारतीय संस्कृती. भारतीय संस्कृती हिंदू संस्कृती नाही, तर भारतामध्ये राहणारे जे विविध जाती धर्मातील लोक आहेत त्यांनी मिळून एकत्र निर्माण केलेली जी संस्कृती आहे ती भारतीय संस्कृती आहे. ती सगळ्यांना सामावून घेते. अशा पद्धतीचं भारताचं वैशिष्ट्य आहे. तेच मान्य कराड साहेबांचं मिशन आहे. त्या पुस्तकाचं कालच प्रकाशन महाराष्ट्र मंडळ लंडनमध्ये झालेलं आहे. खरं म्हणजे अजून कॉपी असतात तर आपण आज इथेही प्रकाशित केलं असतं. आय एम व्हेरी हॅपी दॅट बिकॉज ऑफ द ग्रेट दिस कंट्री इंडिया अँड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ग्रेट सेंट्स अँड सेजेस स्वामी लाईक स्वामी विवेकानंद, श्रीराम, I got the education and I could become the Vice Chancellor of Nagpur University. This is only because of the great people of India, and we will give this message of world peace to the world in coming years. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you so much. The current president of Chicago Marathi Mandal, Samir Bhogaleji, please address.
नमस्कार. आदरणीय अध्यक्ष आणि सगळे व्यासपीठावरचे महोदय, त्यांना नमस्कार करून मी इथे 2 शब्द मांडण्याचा प्रयत्न करतोय. आपण ऐकलं की देवाचं दर्शन घ्यायला देवळात जावं लागतं, पण प्रत्यक्ष देव इथे असताना शिकागोमध्ये हा आम्हाला अभिमान आहे की तुम्ही शिकागोमध्ये आलात. सर, कराड सर, त्याच्याबद्दल परत एकदा धन्यवाद तुमच्याबद्दल. ऑन द कन्व्हेन्शन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड पीस मी काही 2 शब्द लिहिले ते तुमच्यावर मांडण्याचा प्रयत्न करतो. माय डिअर ब्रदर्स अँड सिस्टर्स, वी हॅव गॉन थ्रू द phases of relative peace and also phases to the turmoil and turbulence throughout the human history. However, the phases of relative peace has been shorter than compared to the turmoil and turbulences. The main cause of this is extraordinary forces which act dominantly in the outside world than the forces of inwardness, which takes us inward towards ourselves and into depth of our own being. These forces constantly working in this creation. When there is a perfect balance between these 2 forces, we have a relative state of peace and stability in human society. The outside forces, when based on righteousness and dharma, it brings the material prosperity and well-being of the whole society. But when the outside forces are based on the purely pride and arrogance, lust greed, passion, and sense of hatredness, it turns out to be destructive and causing unending turmoil, turbulences in human society. In this situation, actually motivating forces of extrovertness, which is guided by arrogance, destructiveness, lust, greed, race for establishing superpower. When such other tendencies over-dominates on inward forces to ensure peaceful state of stability, the divine forces become down, which is in our Vedic tradition, we refer them as incarnation or avatars. We have known famous shloka from Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada yadharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuddhana adharmasya tadatmanam sujamya परित्राणाय साधूना विनाशाय च दुष्कृता धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. We have seen different junctions of the human society, different incarnations like Ram, Sri Ramakrishna, Shankaracharya have came to protect dharma from adharma proverb. In the most modern times, Ishwar has come in form of Sri Ramakrishna, brought Swami Vivekananda along with him to fulfill his mission of dharma. Swami Vivekananda played a pivotal role in introducing the world to the spiritual wisdom. He emphasized University of Spiritual Truth, advocating the acceptance and respect the diverse path leading to the divine. On September 1893, at the Parliament of Religion, it was the clarion call to the entire world, collectively to the end of fanaticism, all percussion, all uncharitable feelings, and he appeared to help and not fight the assimilation and not destruction, harmony and peace and not dissemination. The world peace involved non-violent solidarity and presence of the law and of justice in the nation, in addition to the absence of conflict. Life of human being can be beautiful, meaningful, purposeful, provided the mind is healthy and happy. A world where people from different countries and culture get along the peacefulness and live like friends, that is the kind of living we want. We need to revise our education system so that we can connect with our younger generations to our roots, our heritage and the culture. For this, 4 things are important: unselfishness, help others, cultivate love towards God, cultivation of mindfulness, meditation, practice of self-inquiry, who am I and what I can do. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. खास डेट्रॉइटवरून हेमा मॅडम आलेले आहेत, तर मी त्यांना विनंती करतो की तिथल्या तिथूनच तुम्ही आम्हाला 2 मिनिटाचे जोरदार टाळ्यांनी आपण स्वागत.
From Detroit. Thank you and welcome to Chicago. And Chicago team, I know they have the great hospitality. I met Dr. Karat in Chicago when there was a convention held by Nitin Joshi and his team. And after that, we became their family member. They are from the same town where I am from. And whenever we go there, they always welcome us as a family member. We attended all their the programs, the opening ceremonies, and 31st December the year where Mr. Asha Bhosle and all these singers came. I want to request all of you to take your children, your family to visit at Pune, that they haven't expressed anything. This is the best touring place for your children to take you to the World Peace, the center. Plus they have many things. I want to keep it as a secret. And you will always want to go again and again, and they have the vegetarian food on banana leaf and rangolis every day, and the respect towards cows and all that. They have some film industry history also from Bobby to many places. Now I would like to discuss about the question that I just attended, the World Spirituality Conclave in Kanha Shantivanam in Hyderabad. There they invited 40,000 people, plus our president came there, and I attended all 4 days at the convention that was there, and spirituality was, and world peace was the main goal to see that I wish you were there, and I told so many people that I wish I could bring Dr. Vishwanath Karad here. And what happened, when I was talking to them and speaking, everybody was talking about peace, peace, peace. I had a question that people who were there and with whom we talk, they are already peaceful people. Maybe they may not be talking to their neighbors or their brothers or sisters, as we were, most of the people were there Hindus and Christian and Buddhism and everybody. But what I feel that where there is a problem, no one was speaking about that. There was one Muslim, came, he said that he is going to teach and have the spirituality in his 180,000 other cells. So that is what change that I was looking for since I was small. I said, we are Ahinsatma people, so why don't we go and talk to people and express that be peaceful. And it is in your heart about whom I am talking to. We really, really want to change those people. Then there will be a peace in the whole world. Like Vivekananda ji came and spoke, but did the things change? 9/11. There are many, many activities like that. So please try to go and change their mind, then only the world will be peaceful. Thank you.
मराठीमध्ये आमच्या राजमालेताई आता बोलल्या. मी मगाशी म्हणालो की मला लोक विचारतात की का हो सर की तुम्ही अगदी जागतिक शांती, मनशांती, विश्वकल्याण फार मोठे शब्द आहेत. हे बोलता पण तुमच्या मनाला शांती आहे का मगाशी म्हणालो. तर मी एकदा असं म्हणालो की ज्या दिवशी जगामध्ये सासू आणि सून एका ताटात जेवायला गेले जगामध्ये शांती. आता बोलू नये असं, पण कुत्र्याला गाडी जागा असते पण आईबापांना नसते. आणि फॅमिली सिस्टीम इन द होल वर्ल्ड या बाबतीत खात्रीनं सांगतो, कारण का जे पाहिलं, अनुभवलं, पाहिलं तर खूप जेवढी श्रीमंती असेल तेवढं तो अहंभाव होतो. म्हणजे अहंकाराचा वारा न लागू राजाचा असा एक म्हण वारकऱ्यामध्ये. सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचं मी म्हणतो तेच खरं. तुम्हाला काही कळतं का? अगं तुला काय अक्कल आहे का? आता हे काय भानगड आहे. तेव्हा हा विचार करता भारतीय संस्कृतीमध्ये फॅमिली सिस्टीम इज ऑन डिक्लाइन. I had read about 10 years back a news in the Indian Express. I could not speak elaborately in London, but I would like to tell you the reality is the news was that children in the age group of 10 and 11, 9, 10, 11 are having an inclination for make suicide. 10 आणि 11 वर्षाचं मूल आत्महत्या करण्याचा विचार येतो त्याच्या मनामध्ये. काय कारण असेल? त्याला आईचं प्रेम नाही आणि बापाचंही प्रेम नाही. बोलू नये पुढचे विषय की आई एका क्लबमध्ये बाप एका क्लबमध्ये असं म्हणणं पाप होईल कदाचित या हॉलमध्ये विशेषतः बोलताना. पण तुम्हाला माहीत आहे चांगलं की मी जे विनोदाने म्हणालो, पण घरामध्ये शांती मनात, पहिलं व्यक्तीच्या मनामध्ये, आणि मग घरामध्ये, आणि मग समाजामध्ये, मग देशामध्ये, मग जगामध्ये. पण हा मेसेज देण्याचा नैतिक अधिकार आणि बळ भारताला आहे, इंडियाला. 20 तारखेला परवा 25 तारखेला त्या मॉर्मन कमिटीच्या जे जाणार आहे मी, तिथं 20,000 डेलिगेट्स आहेत, 20,000. आणि वेअर आय हॅव ॲड्रेस and they are honoring for some reason की माझ्याकडून ते चांगलं काम झालं असं त्यांना वाटतं. पण त्या ठिकाणी मॉर्मन कमिटीचा इतिहास तुम्हाला माहीत असेल, पण अशोक जोशीच्या मुलं खरं म्हणजे ते जाणं झालं. तर त्या ठिकाणी की त्यांची रीती अशी आहे, जसं शीख धर्मामध्ये जोडे पुसायची शिक्षा जैन सिंगला दिली होती, तुम्हाला माहीत असेल. तसं काही कम्युनिटीज अशाही पण झाल्या. त्यातली मॉर्मन कम्युनिटी अशी आहे की दुकानात नाही हॉटेलमध्ये जायचं असलं तर नवरा बायको आणि मुलं आपली तरच जायचं, एकट्याने जायचं नाही. आता केवढी उंची आहे. आणि वेन आय वॉज इन्व्हायटेड टू दॅट सॉल्ट लेक सिटी लास्ट नाईट, आय जस्ट वेंट टू द चान्सलर टू मीट हिम अँड डिस्कस समथिंग. आणि दुपारची वेळ झाली होती आणि विचारायला तो आपल्याकडे चहाचा कप घेता येईल का, तर पण त्या चान्सलरला मी विनंती केली कॅन आय हॅव अ कप ऑफ टी. तर त्यांनी सांगितलं प्रोफेसर कराड वी डोंट सर्व टी ऑर कॉफी ऑफ द कॅम्पस. अख्ख्या कॉलेजमध्ये चहा किंवा कॉफी दिली जात नाही, सिगरेट आणि दारू नंतर. आणि आपल्याला तर सिगरेट आणि दारू दिल्याशिवाय चालतच नाही. भारतीय लोकांना, इंडियन लोकांना खरं म्हणजे आपला धर्म कोणता, आपली जात कोणती, आपलं रक्षण कोणतं, तुमच्या आईवडिलांनी तुम्हाला काय शिकवलं, ज्या गोष्टींनी माणसाच्या मनामध्ये आणि जीवनामध्ये डिसऑर्डर निर्माण होते अशी गोष्ट करू. एकच शब्द, ओनली वन वर्ड, डोंट डू एनिथिंग और एनी ॲक्ट इन युअर लाईफ टाईम विच विल क्रिएट अ बॉदरेशन अँड डिसऑर्डर इन द लाईफ ऑफ अदर्स. अरे दुसऱ्याचं वाटलं जर तुझं वाटलं होण्याचं रे, तुझं चांगलं होऊ शकत नाही. हा निसर्गाचा नियम आहे, माझा नाही सांगत मी तुम्हाला. आणि हेच या ठिकाणी विवेकानंद बोलले, रामकृष्ण बोलले, ज्ञानेश्वर तुकारामाने बोलले. साधा दिस अ व्हेरी सायंटिफिक, लॉजिकल अँड विथ रिझनिंग, सायंटिफिक रिझनिंग आय एम टॉकिंग अबाउट ॲज अ इंजिनियर, नॉट ॲज जस्ट अ प्रोफेसर विश्वनाथ कराड. की मी अध्यात्म बोलत नाही, अध्यात्मशास्त्र मग अशी सुशीलताई नाही तर बोलल्या, श्रद्धावानर होते ज्ञान तत्पर हा संयते ज्ञान लब्ध्वा शांती चेन आणि रक्षित असं म्हटलं. खरा ज्ञानी, खरा त्याला फार महत्व आहे. आणि खरी श्रद्धा, अंधश्रद्धा आणि खरी श्रद्धा. पण श्रद्धा कशाला म्हटलं नाही, श्रद्धावान नव्हते ज्ञान. खरा श्रद्धावान मनुष्य असेल, निष्ठावान असेल, आत्मसमर्पित करून, जीवन समर्पित करून जो करतो त्याला ज्ञानप्राप्ती होते. खरं ज्ञान, डिवाइन नॉलेज सिस्टम असतं. विज्ञानानंतर आहे अर्जुनाचा आणि त्याचा संवाद फार सुंदर वाचलं पाहिजे. माझी कळकळीची विनंती, तुमच्यापैकी अनेक जण वाचत असतील, पण भारतीय लोकांना विनंती आहे, पण मी काही अधिकारी पुरुष पण बोलत नाही. पण ज्या दिवशी विजय भटकरना आम्ही महाराष्ट्र भूषण दिलं गेलं होतं त्यावेळेला ते म्हणाले की ज्या दिवशी तुम्ही ज्ञानोबा तुकोबाच्या नावाने आणि विवेकानंदाच्या नावाने नाचायला शिकाल ना टाळ घेऊन, त्या दिवशी भारत हा जगातला सर्वात महान देश. लागलं आम्ही त्याच्या ह्याच्यात आलो, दुर्दैव सुदैवाने काय काय घडलं, घाट बांधणं काय, डोम बांधणं काय, काय प्रकार आहे. पण मला माझ्या स्वतःचं नाव देताना सांगते विश्वनाथ कराड वर्ल्ड पीस डो काय हरकत, किंवा माझ्या आईचं नाव होतं आता सरस्वती मंदिर बांधणं शहराच्या बॉर्डरवर. पण हा विषय आहे, जेव्हा हे संपतं तुमचा गर्व सकळही उतरला पाहिजे. स्वाभिमान नको, मी केलं असं आयुष्यात म्हणू नका, केलं तरी what I am reading here is in the year 2015 I was addressing the 9th World Parliament at Salt Lake City. I was one of the keynote speakers. That time, actually as such, this was written in the year 1998 in the first World Parliament in Geneva, Switzerland, in the name of Ganeshwara to Einstein. The second or the first parliament was held in Pune and the second was held in Geneva, Switzerland. It says, it is applicable for today's group of people sitting here. It is an Atharva Veda quotation. The moment I say Veda, the people look with some suspicion. Whether it belongs to Hinduism or Brahmanism or anything else. But I was asked this question. MIT is established for Brahmins That was the question asked to me personally, directly by Mr. Bapat, who was the Gaskin and Williams chairman. And Indian Institute of Engineers चे चेअरमन बापट सर माझे मित्र, त्यांनी मला विचारलं की कराड सर तुमच्यावर आरोप आहे. त्यांना माहिती आहे जातच पाहिजे जात ब्राह्मण नाही, मी समजा शेतकरी म्हणू शकतो. तर म्हणलं पण सर हा बरोबर आहे ना आरोप. मला मी खरंच सांगतो तुला की मी हे कॉलेज MIT हे ब्राह्मणासाठी काढलं. पुढचा शब्द महत्वाचा आहे, म्हणजे या कॉलेजमधून बाहेर पडणारा प्रत्येक विद्यार्थी हा खऱ्या अर्थाने ब्राह्मण असावा. What is the definition of Brahmin? ब्राह्मतेज आणि क्षात्रतेज दोन्ही ज्याच्यामध्ये एकत्र वास करतो तो निस्पृह, निगर्वी, निस्वार्थी, उदारपणाचा, निर्मळ चारित्र्याचा तो ब्राह्मण. इथं काही घडलं जे कोणी होते, मला विवेकानंदाची जात कुठली होती मला माहीत नाही, पण या हॉलमध्ये बघापासून तुम्ही जे पाहता, मला माहीत नाही तुम्हाला जाणवतं का नाही, पण मला स्वतःला व्हेरी डिवाइन व्हायब्रेशन्स, एका अद्भुत असा आत्मा याच मंचावर बोलतो, त्याची प्रचिती तुम्ही जरा डीप अंतर्मुख व्हा, शांत बसा. मी आता बघितला म्हणालो की समारोप करताना कसा करता बरेच आपण इंडियन भारतीय लोक आहे सगळे, तर याचाच एक समारोपाचा शब्द म्हणून मी सांगतो, त्याला फेलोशिप असं म्हटलं. हे जे छोटं गॅदरिंग आहे, अगदी एवढेच लोक आहेत, पण कदाचित मी म्हणलं की आळंदीचा संदेश, आळंदी ज्ञानाचा केंद्र आहे. ओम नमोजी आद्या वेद प्रतिपाद्या जय जय स्वसंवेद्या आत्मरूपा. हा शब्द जो आहे तो आईन्स्टाईनने जे बोलले की ज्ञानेश्वरांनी असं म्हटलंय, सूर्याचं पूर्वेला उगवून पश्चिमेला जाणं हे इल्युजन आहे. हे गॅलिलिओच्या आधी 300 वर्ष. And the second sentence is the entire universe is a manifestation of pure intelligence and consciousness. Only 2 शब्द आहेत, पण it has the greatest relevance in the whole of the human race. मानवी कल्याणाचा ज्ञानेश्वर himself is the embodiment of knowledge divine. ज्ञान विज्ञानाचा इतका सुंदर समन्वय जगात तुम्हाला कुठेही पाहायला मिळणार नाही. कुठे मग याला गर्व म्हणा, अभिमान म्हणा किंवा आणखीन काय म्हणायचं म्हणा, पण हे एकच महत्वाचं म्हणतात का ज्ञानाची पूजा हीच ईश्वर पूजा आहे. तेव्हा इथं अमेरिका असेल किंवा इंग्लंड असेल, बाकी कुठं तुम्ही खूप बोलण्यासारखा विषय आहे. आणि हे सायंटिस्ट, फिलॉसॉफर्स, थिंकर्स आणि पीपल लाईक यू, स्कॉलरली पीपल यांनी एकत्र बसून चिंतन केलं पाहिजे. अगदी चिंतन करण्याकरता हा ग्रुप असा जमला समाज मत आहे. आणि कदाचित आळंदीतून गेला नाही संदेश गेला किंवा ज्ञानेश्वर डोंब गेला, तो इथून सुरुवात असावी, ती तुमच्या माध्यमातून असावी अशी माझी अपेक्षा, प्रार्थना आहे. याच्यात म्हटलं आहे की फ्रेंड्स, वी आर द बर्ड्स ऑफ द सेम नेस्ट. वी मे वेअर डिफरंट स्किन्स, वी मे स्पीक डिफरंट टंग्स, वी मे बिलीव इन डिफरंट रिलिजन्स, we may belong to different cultures, yet we share the same home, the Mother Earth. Born on the same planet, covered by the same skies, gazing at the same stars, breathing the same air, we must learn to progress together or miserably perish together. For a person can live individually, but can only survive collectively. Atharva Veda. Highest measure in the ज्ञानाचं संपूर्ण भांडार खरं म्हणजे भारताच्या भूमीमध्ये आहे. आता फार मोठा गर्व करू नये आपण, पण आता ड्युटी आहे, इट इज द ड्युटी ऑफ मदर इंडिया. But there are good people below. Every religion has its own contribution. Religious scriptures are nothing but life guiding scriptures. How to live and how others let them live. कसं जगावं, कसं जगू नये हे शिकवणारं म्हणजे हे सर्व धर्माचा अर्थ आहे. ती साधी डेफिनेशन आहे. आणि ज्या दिवशी आई वडिलांना असं वाटतं की साधं हे नालायक नसतं तर बरं झालं, असं तुमच्या बाबतीत तर माझ्या बाबतीत कोण आहे ना? व्हेरी सिम्पल. तर मला असं वाटतं की या सर्व गोष्टींचा एक संकल्प करण्याकरता आपला आज भेट आहे. आणि मागणं काहीच नाही हो कोणाकडे, कुठल्याही प्रकारचा लोभ नाही, कोणाच्याच मनात नाही, सर्वजण देणारेच आहेत. आणि विवेकानंदांचंच वाक्य आठवतो सांगतो, त्याने असं म्हणलं, फ्रेंड्स रिमेंबर these hands are not only meant to take but to give, and be grateful that if you give something to a person on the street, be grateful that that beggar is standing there to accept your kind donation offering. फार सुंदर आहे. वगैरे सर्व गोष्टी बोलतो आपण, पण मला असं वाटतं मगापासून एक 2 मिनिटं शेवटची व्हायब्रेशन जी आहेत ना, एक अनुभूती घ्या आणि मग बाहेर होतो. मग चहा पाणी आहे की मला माहिती नाही, पण मला तिथं हा पुतळा दुसरा महत्त्वाचा विनंती आहे. फार मोठी माणसं बसली, पण जगामध्ये फार मोठे असतं. मला माहिती नाही, मी म्हणजे बद्रीनाथला केदारनाथला सरस्वती मंदिर बांधलं गेलं. दाखवलं काय कारण आहे? माझा काय संबंध आहे? चायना बॉर्डर, केदारनाथ, बद्रीनाथ, ते मोदी साहेब जाऊन असतात तिथे पूजेला. ते काम असतात मला माहिती नाही, पण मला माहिती झालं किंवा त्यांनाही कळलेलं आहे की बद्रीनाथच्या तिथं वेदव्यास गुफेच्या शेजारी सरस्वती नदीच्या उपमावर आणि त्या ठिकाणी जाऊन एक मंदिर उभं राहणं 63 दिवसामध्ये. किती? ओनली 63 days. आता हु इज द डुअर? इज इट प्रोफेसर कराड? मी पुण्यात, आणि 63 दिवसामध्ये सरस्वतीचं मंदिर. तुम्ही ते ऐका, त्या भगतसिंग कोश्यारीचं भाषण त्या सगळ्यांनाच कॅसेट. पण हाऊ इट कॅन हॅपन? अँड दिस डोम विच इज 263 feet हाय, कुठून आले पैसे? पैसे कुठून आले? कुठे दिले? मला कोणी सांगितलं ते? द डिवाइन डेस्टिनेशन अँड डिवाइन ड्युटी, डिवाइन प्लेस. त्या महात्म्याची व्हायब्रेशन्स अजूनही जाणवतात, हे लक्षात ठेवा. अनलेस ते जर तुम्हाला जाणवलं नाही तर यू डोंट डिझर्व टू बी हिअर. असं मला वाटतं. तेव्हा आपण जे बसतो तर ती डिवाइन व्हायब्रेशन्स फील करायला पाहिजे. आणि प्रत्येकाची रीती आहे बरं का. कोणी म्हणतील काय करा, तुम्हाला काय डोकं आहे का काय? अरे मजा करावी, फिरावं करावं, सर्व करावं, पण ही रास आणि जात एक आहे. मनाच्या तारा जुळल्या पाहिजे ना, तरच पती पत्नीचं नातं आहे. नाही तर नुसती भेट झाली पण परिचय झालाच नाही असं म्हणतात. अनेक गोष्टी. तेव्हा असलं चिंतन करत असताना आपण एक संकल्प करू. तुमच्यापैकी मोठी माणसं, तर मी ते पुतळे आता निघाले असतील, अजून येणं झालं कारण का आम्हाला ते पुतळामध्ये टाकता आलं नाही विमानामध्ये. 11 फूट 11.25 फूट उंचीचा आहे, पण मी देतोय असं नाही, तर तुमचाच आहे, पहिलं लक्षात ठेवा. आणि त्याला जेवढं काही तुम्हाला राजकारण समाजकारण करायचं असेल तर तेवढं तुम्ही करा. आणि ते बसवण्याकरता आपण प्रयत्न करू. यश आलं तर येईलच असं मत करता. जेव्हा दर इज अ प्युरिटी ऑफ माइंड, प्युरिटी ऑफ थॉट अँड प्युरिटी इन ॲक्शन, द थिंग्स हॅपन. हा सिद्धांत. धन्यवाद. तुम्हाला विनंती.
ड्यू टू द पॉसिटी ऑफ टाइम आपण आता असं करणार आहोत की 1-2 मिनिटाचं ओमचं मेडिटेशन आपण या कार्यक्रमाची आपण सांगता करणार आहोत. त्यानंतर प्रत्येकाचा इथे सत्कार आमचे आदरणीय वाईस चान्सलर आमच्याकडे आले डॉक्टर रवी. हां, इथेच आपण करणार. अच्छा, सगळ्यांना इथे आपण त्यांना सत्कार करणार आहोत आणि त्यांना पुस्तकं आणि त्यांना हां ठीक आहे ते होणार आहेत. आमचे आदरणीय डॉक्टर रवी चिटणीस सर इथे आलेले आहेत, वाईस चान्सलर MITW. हां, डॉक्टर रवी चिटणीस सर, वाईस चान्सलर, प्लीज शेअर.
Apologies for coming late. But I came before Dr. Karat sir. I came before Dr. Karat sir started his speech because my flight was delayed and directly came from airport here. And my job was today to give vote of thanks, so I will do that first and say something on the concluding point. May I, on behalf of Dr. Karat sir and all the trustee members of MIT, Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor Milind Pandey and all the directors and faculty and 22,000 students, on behalf of all of them, thank Dr. Ulka Nagarkar. Ma'am, you spoke very, very openly, and the new relationship has begun with MIT. We'll see how we can take it further. Harish Kolasni, India Hub founder, where Swami Vivekananda's statue will go. Nitin Joshi ji, BMM president. Samir Bongale, MMC president. खूप छान झालं तुमचं भाषण जे होतं ते. Suresh Jambunathan, who is the main pillar. And Suresh Jambunathan has taken all the names, so to all of you, those who have helped, and very important person sitting here who has come all the way from Fairfield, Iowa, Dr. Scott Heriot. Dr. Scott Heriot is a Vice Chancellor of Maharishi University of Manchester. His better half, Dr. Vicky, she is also there. Drove from there for around 5 years. And many of you know that Maharishi Yogi, in his name this university is there, 4 hours from here. Maharishi Yogi was Guru of Ravi Shankarji, Sri Ravi Shankarji, was Guru of Barack Obamaji. And transcendental meditation is the contribution to this entire world. And Dr. Scott Heriot is the person now living to whom transcendental meditation Diksha was given by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi directly. Very few people are I'm happy to share with you that Dr. Karat sir learned transcendental meditation when Dr. Scott Heriot visited MIT Pune. Directly from him. Look at the connect. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi Kute, Dr. Scott Heriot Kute, and Dr. Karat sir Kute, location wise, but they met one after another. Dr. Scott Heriot is a PhD from Stanford. He went to Amsterdam to take Diksha. And then he went to Pune, Kothur, and gave Diksha to Dr. Karat sir in his zoo. Transcendental. Karat sir yoga, they assessed. We also have from University of Illinois, Chicago, Professor Quentin Williams Jr. sitting there. Very outstanding. Quentin Williams Jr. read about Dr. Karat sir. Karat sir may not remember, he came to meet you in your cabin in Pune. You felicitated him. Yeah. So thank you.
Dr. Suresh
Borkar, Triple IT,
IIT Chicago.
IIT Chicago. Thank you very much for coming. आपण त्यांच्या लोकांचे आभार मानायचे नसतात, पण डॉक्टर पांडे सर, डॉक्टर पात्रे सर, डॉक्टर थोरवे, डॉक्टर नांद्रे सर आणि प्रत्येक माणसाच्या मागे एक यशस्वी माणसाच्या मागे एक स्त्री असते, म्हणजे डॉक्टर मी अजून 60 सेकंद घेतो पात्रे सर आणि मला आपल्याला एक सांगायचं की some of you are alumni here and some of you are invitees and Maharashtra Mandal members. What Karat sir has created, the dome, it is not the biggest dome only in the world. Of course it is the biggest dome than Vatican City dome, but the message is very, very strong. नवीन पिढीला आता हे रामायण महाभारत वेदा किंवा बाकीच्या धर्माचं काहीही माहीत नसतं, तर तुमची मुलं मुली तिथे आणून ठेवा त्या डोममध्ये 1 आठवडा. ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन इज गॅरंटीड. इट्स फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. And lastly, Dr. Karat sir is talking about value education. This is a global tour. We went to University of Oxford day before. Yesterday we were in London, Maharashtra, and today in Chicago. Then going to Salt Lake and then to Swaminarayan Mandir. This global tour is about universal education and integration of universal education with this particular peace movement. And आज आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे तर व्हॉट आर दीज व्हॅल्यूज. ह्या व्हॅल्यूज शिक्षण क्षेत्रात येऊन त्या मुलांना द्यायचा आहे. हा कराड सरांचा जो एक मोठा ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह किंवा लॉंग टर्म स्ट्रॅटेजिक प्लॅन आहे तो आपण मदत करणार आहात. पण आपण सगळे इथे बसले इन्क्लुडिंग मी आणि पात्र सर आणि पांडे सर या व्हॅल्यूज फॉलो केल्या तर ते खरं कराड सरांना ग्रॅटिट्यूड ट्रिब्यूट किंवा सॅल्युटेशन राहणार. आपण एक रिझोल्युशन करू या महत्त्वाच्या हॉलमध्ये की नॉन व्हायलन्स, टॉलरन्स, रिस्पेक्ट, कंपॅशन, काइंडनेस या सर्व व्हॅल्यूज आपण आपल्यामध्ये आहेतच त्या जास्त स्ट्रॉंग करू आणि हेच आपण कराड सरांना तर्फे ट्रिब्यूट देऊ. थँक्यू.
Thank you, Dr. Chitni sir. And before we close the program with hope, Shri Harish, वहाँ से ही बैठे बैठे आप बोलिएगा. हरीश कोसलानी जी, President of India House, please speak from there, sir. Thank you.
Namaste everyone.
Yes.
So I'll try to finish it in 1 minute. Basically, the reason I'm here today is that Swami Vivekananda, Swamiji, a statue is coming into National India House, which is located in Schaumburg. We still didn't launch the building, but many of you know about it because Maharashtra Mandal is one of the organizations who did a lot of events at the beginning of the building when we did the kickoff. So one day I got a message recently from Mukherjee saying that can you take a statue of Vivekananda ji into India? Immediately what I said was yes, immediate reply, it's a message I have. And the reason is that one day was during Ram Navami morning. So immediately I said we are so happy. And at that time I had no clue about Dr. Karaji. And after that she shared about him and I spoke with him. I was so proud and I mean it's like just a miracle happened on Ram Navami morning, I can say. And on behalf of our team, equal like me, Himaraj Maneji is here, Bhaskar ji is here, and Usha ji is here. So on behalf of all of us, I'm saying thank you. Thank you, Dr. Karan.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. And before we wind up the program, there is a request that after the home meditation, every one of you will be given as a token of respect Honorable Vice Chancellor and Pro-Vice Chancellor sir. On behalf of Premier Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, the Sant Dhaneshwara statue Murti and photograph and Swami Vivekananda photo and the shawl and some of the books. So please don't go without having these things. So this is for the first time that we are closing the program also with Om meditation for 2 minutes. Let us again immerse while we go in that experience of deep stillness and deep silence within. So I again request every one of you to please settle down in your seats. Very quiet. Please forget for a few seconds that you are a man, women, officer, whosoever you are. You are just one. And please participate. Please create a huge vibrational energy in this Fullerton hall again one more time. Please reverberate this hall. आप भी ओम में शामिल हो जाइए along with the music. Please play the role. हाँ. Okay. Please put your hands together. आप हाथ जोड़ सकते हो and please. थोड़ा आवाज. Wonderful. Closed for 10 seconds. Just be quiet. Absolute stillness. Okay. Gently rub your palms on each other. Gently rub your cheeks, your forehead. Gently open your eyes. Come back. Thank you so much for having the privilege. Thank you so much, everyone. May I request now Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir and Pro Vice Chancellor to please, they will come to you and they will offer you as a token of gratitude. So it will be hardly 10 minutes, so it will be very quick. So they will come to you, to your place. And all these photographs will be sent to you, provided you give your email ID with our volunteers.
It's a duration based. Sir. विवेकानंद फोटो दे ना ऐक ना पात्रे सर विवेकानंद
हाँ सर हाँ येस
सरस्वती माऊली आणि विवेकानंद अशी 3 द्या
नमस्कार मंडळी उद्या सकाळी इंडिया हाऊसमध्ये डॉक्टर कराड आणि त्यांची टीम व्हिजिट करणार आहे जिथे स्वामी विवेकानंदांचा स्टॅच्यू ठेवला जाणार आहे तर यू ऑल आर वेलकम देअर मे बी अराउंड 11 AM डॉक्टर कराड is visiting National India Hub at Shambhala. You are all most welcome over there. Thank you.